Universal spent $7 billion building Epic Universe, and a single day at the gate can now cost almost $200 per person. You likely have about 6 days for your Orlando vacation, and now two separate theme park giants are aggressively competing for those same limited hours. Every time you open your social feed, you see Universal's massive new expansion, creating a sense of pressure to squeeze it into an already packed trip. But attempting to hit both destinations without a clear plan will likely exhaust your family and stretch your budget past the breaking point. Evaluating your family's specific constraints against that internet hype is how you prevent a 6-day vacation from becoming a chaotic scramble. Epic Universe is Universal's fourth theme park, built on a scale that dwarfs previous expansions in the Orlando area. The park uses a hub-and-spoke layout. Celestial Park sits in the center, acting as a gateway to Super Nintendo World, Isle of Berk, Ministry of Magic, and Dark Universe. Comparing this massive square footage to a standard edition shows why it dominates the conversation. That massive footprint creates a powerful pull that often leads families to shoehorn a visit into trips where it simply doesn't fit logistically. Epic Universe is too large to be treated as a casual add-on to a Disney trip. It requires its own dedicated strategy to be worth the cost. A typical Disney World trip for a family of 4 ranges from $5,100 to over $11,000. A Universal trip costs $3,500 to $7,000. For Epic Universe, single-day tickets fluctuate between $139 and $199 based on demand. Beyond those base prices, you have to account for the financial friction of running 2 separate resort vacations at the same time. You lose vacation hours in transit between properties, and you miss out on the deep multi-day ticket discounts used to reward longer stays. Standard park hopper logic doesn't work when you are moving between 2 entirely different corporate ecosystems. Adding an Epic Universe day without increasing your budget means you must actively downgrade your Disney resort or dining choices to make the math work. To decide if that trade-off is actually worth it for your family, you have to look at the ages of your children. Looking at this demographic timeline, Magic Kingdom leads for kids 2 to 8 due to accessible rides. Notice the disparity in no height requirement attractions. Taking a 4-year-old to Universal often wastes a $200 ticket on a limited experience. However, for families with kids age 7 and older, Epic Universe becomes a high-value anchor that can justify the premium entry price. Your children's specific needs should dictate your park selection more than any viral social media trend. Have you ever finished mapping out your Disney trip, felt good about the plan, and then saw a video of Epic Universe that made your whole itinerary feel incomplete? That feeling comes from lacking a clear framework to divide limited money and days between 2 massive destinations. That is why the Disney Budget Master Workbook exists. It walks you through every cost category: tickets, resort, food, and transportation, tailored to your specific trip. It specifically identifies where a hybrid trip quietly costs more than people expect, so you can see the totals before you book. Find the Disney Budget Master Workbook for $27 at the link in the show notes. This decision matrix shows the 3 paths forward: Disney only, Universal only, or a hybrid split. Each model has its own checklist for budget, total days, and the ages of your party. If you choose a hybrid split, your itinerary has a hard limit. Never add an Epic Universe day without actively cutting something else from the Disney side to make room. A successful trip requires committing to one of these 3 models rather than trying to wing it once you arrive in Orlando. For those planning in 2026, there is a specific logistical hurdle. Universal currently does not include Epic Universe in its annual passes. Without that pass access, every visitor is paying full gate price, meaning there are no standard budget hacks to lower your entry cost this year. The park is also navigating the expected growing pains of a massive opening, leading to high and inconsistent wait times throughout the day. For families with a low tolerance for heavy crowds, the trade-off in 2026 is paying premium prices for what can be a very demanding and frustrating day. If you are looking for a more relaxed vacation, waiting until 2027 to visit Epic Universe might offer a much higher return on your investment. Picture a dad standing in the Celestial Park hub at 2 in the afternoon. His phone is at 40%, and his kids are arguing over whether to wait over an hour for Bowser's Challenge or just head back to the hotel. That tension is often the result of shoehorning an $800 day into a week where it didn't naturally fit. By using the child's age and a clear cost breakdown as your filter, you can pick a lane and fund it properly. To see how those costs map out for your family, check out the Disney Budget Master Workbook at the link on your screen. And join me for the next episode of My Disney Brain, where we look at the hidden costs of resort transportation. A successful vacation is defined by how much your family actually enjoys their time together, not by how many new trends you manage to fit into 1 week.